All right. The next question today is from Eva. Eva says, I was wondering if you could delve into the topic of creating urgency with your offer versus always being open. I know you guys advised me last time to become prolific with my webinars and $1 trials, but there's so much emphasis on creating urgency as a means of pushing potential members through the door and converting them to paying customers. It almost sounds like becoming prolific with my webinars and creating urgency are two conflicting strategies, and I need to choose one over the other. How does one figure out the right strategy for them and rectify these two seemingly important yet conflicting strategies?
Okay, I love this question. This is a great question. It's a question that Jocelyn and I often find ourselves at odds with other people about, like especially people we mastermind with, people on other podcasts, because it goes back to everybody's looking for the magic trick. Everybody's looking for the sleight of hand. You hear all these gurus say, well, I put a timer on my thing and I counted down to 0 and everybody ran out. That's fine. You can put timers in. Timers do work. They do create urgency, right? You can create scarcity, right? You can say, hey, this week, this webinar, I'm only letting 25 people in my community, right? And then next, the doors will open back up next week. But if you want to get in today, I'm letting 20 people in. Like that creates scarcity, right? But what Jocelyn and I have always done, okay, is we've figured out alternative ways besides our core offer to create scarcity and urgency. The first way we do that is with our marketing, right? When we talk about like the Flip Livestock podcast, when we talk about the Flip Your Life community, I don't focus on the urgency to do it now because the timer is going to run out. I talk about the urgency and like, you hate your job. You have a cruel boss. You want to spend more time with your kids. Your kids are getting older. That's the urgency, right? When we talk about urgency in the education field, if I send an email out on Sunday night and you're a teacher and you haven't done anything all weekend and you got a class the next morning, you have built-in urgency. What you really want to look for in all of your markets and all of your niches is the built-in urgency in your people that you're selling to about their thing, right? If you've got a like today, I'm going on a boat trip and I needed to learn how to pull jet skis, right? So I had an urgency because I'm going out on a lake tomorrow to figure out how to pull jet skis behind a boat, right? So I had to go find that information now. I would have probably paid for it. I went to the store and I bought the ropes that I learned how I needed. I bought the clips. I had urgency built into what I was doing because it was about me. It was about my life. And that's what all of your marketing should do is look at your customer. What is their urgency? Why do they need this today? Okay. The problem that people get into is everybody's got a different day or a different thing or a different time. You don't know when the urgency is. That's why we don't do the webinar, the timer, the whatever. We have our doors always open. So when it's urgent for you, you see that in our marketing and then you'll go buy it. Right. So that's the first thing that you've got to look for. The second thing is to create alternative products for your scarcity. Our membership is always open. You can always go get a free trial. You can always pay monthly. And you can always do that. It's always there to join monthly, right? But the only time that you can get a special deal is like on a webinar or something. So that might be an annual plan. Like right now, the public price, if you went and joined today at Flip Lifestyle, you're going to pay $149 a month. So anybody paying less than that, because you joined earlier, you got a deal right now. But every once in a while, we'll offer a discount on the annual price of about half that. But that would be how we would create scarcity with our pricing. It wouldn't be, we don't put our monthly membership on sale. We don't put our monthly membership on whatever. Like it is what it is. But like you can create other things. We've done a quarterly plan at times where it's like, because what we do is we want to reward commitment. That's a great way in your membership to create scarcity is say, look, this is $100 a month or whatever, but I'll do $200 for a quarter. So you're going to get a deal, but you're going to commit up front and there's no refunds. It's a no refund deal. You're burning the boats. You're moving forward. You're committing to your success. You're committing to our program, but we are going to reward that commitment with a discount, but we're going to remove something else. Right. So that's a way you can create some scarcity. It's why we love the membership model, because you can reward commitment and offer discounts on prices without affecting your core offer. I do not like random timers every week and always discounting your main core offer price 50% and always doing those things. So this is not an easy puzzle to figure out. Like, you have to figure out how to create urgency and scarcity without being, shady about it and being dishonest and straight lying. There's a lot of people out there just straight lie. They just straight lie and say, this is $1,000 today, and it'll never be offered again. And then they have another webinar next week and they offer it for $1,000. You can't do that. You got to figure out other ways to do it. So how we do it is we look for urgency and scarcity in the market. What makes it urgent for the person who's actually searching for that thing today? That's all you need. And then reward people with longer commitments and things off of your core offer.
And I think this goes back again to which one is the easy button, which one is the magic pill. There's not one. Like, we can tell you to do one thing, somebody else can tell you to do something else. Both of them would probably work. So you have to figure out what is the best answer for your audience. What do they need? And provide them with the strategy that makes the most sense for your offer and your audience.
And we've always found the best way to do this, and this is something we talk about in a lot of our courses, especially the avatar and offer training, is you've got to know your people's calendar. If you know your customer's calendar, then you have all the information you need to create scarcity for them, because you know why they need something now. The problem is everybody thinks you make one offer, one sales page, one webinar, one ad, and I'm going to get rich. And that's not how it works. You're constantly in the trenches figuring out where your people are, what your people are doing, and why it's scarce today. Like this, you may do the same webinar, but your pitch may sound a little different next week, right? But maybe one month you have a Black Friday sale, the next month you have a Christmas sale. You can have sales like that. That creates urgency. It's the same discount, but it's just on a different day, right? If you know someone needs something now, then you can present that they need it now. Like, that's why goal setting courses. What's the guy that does the 12-week year? What's that guy? Whatever his name is, the guy wrote a book called the 12-week year or something. Every year, December and January is all about, New Year's resolutions and goal setting courses, because it's top of mind in the marketplace. Be top of mind in the marketplace. Don't use the fear of a clock as your only way to create urgency, and people will react faster to your offer.